Hello, my name is John Marshall. I'm the owner of GoGardenNow.com, an online store for gardeners. I sell ground covers, perennial plants, various other items for the garden, and also birding supplies. One of my favorite ground covers is called Ophiopogon japonicus, or mondo grass. Mondo grass is a very durable ground cover plant. It does very well in USDA climate zones 7 through 10. It thrives in partial to full shade. It grows in average, well-drained soil or even very wet soils. Because it will grow where grass will not grow, it's a very popular lawn substitute. And particularly if you use a dwarf variety, you rarely have to mow it, if at all. Mondo grass is a clump-forming perennial. As you can see, a small clump here that I pulled out of my garden. Each plantlet in this clump sends out a rhizome, and at the end of that rhizome, as you see here, it produces a new plantlet. This little plantlet will eventually produce a mature root system and can be divided and replanted by itself. Now, this one is not ready to go into the garden by itself yet, but I'll begin to divide some of these, tease them apart from one another. There's another one. There's a big fat one right there. A smaller one. Another fat one. And here's a nice single one. Now, I often receive phone calls or emails from customers. They want to know, how large is that bare root division going to be when I receive it? Well, this is on average the size of plant that you would receive. You'll see it is about the diameter of a pencil. The leaves of this dwarf mondo are about 3 inches long. It has a well-developed root system. It's ready to go in the ground. When you receive them, keep them bundled together, keep them moist, out of the wind and out of full sun, and plant within 2 or 3 days. When you plant, you'll want to put them in the ground at about 2 to 3 inches apart. You'd see if you were to plant them 5, 6 inches apart, even a foot apart, it would take a long time for those plants to fill in the garden. So I recommend about 3 inches to 4 inches. Within, I would say, about 2 to 3 years, with plants this size, you should have a nice compact mat of mondo grass. And as I said, it makes a very good lawn substitute. It will grow where grass often will not grow, in the shade or in very moist conditions. Well, that's my recommendation for mondo. That's a demonstration of how to divide them and to give you some idea about the size of the plant that you would receive. Thanks very much for watching. I hope to hear from you soon.